Hello, examiner. My name is KEHAN. The title of my master's thesis is Value Relevance of Accounting Information on Firm Value, a comparative study between high-tech and non-high-tech industries. The first part is the research background. Since the late 1960s, academics have begun to explore the impact of accounting earnings on firm stock prices. The value relevance of accounting information in different industries may be different. Most existing studies focus on the impact of accounting earnings on firm value. Using only one accounting information indicator to predict firm value is limited. The following is an introduction to the problem statement of this study. Accounting information plays an important role in the capital market. Stakeholders need to use accounting information indicators to evaluate firm value and make decisions. Since historical cost is the main basis for compiling accounting information, some people believe that the value of a company may not be well reflected by accounting information, and the value relevance of accounting information may be different in different industries. The accounting standards can similar, but the value relevance of accounting information in different industries is questionable and needs further discussion. There are 7 research questions and 7 research objectives in this study. The left side is the research questions, and the right side is the corresponding research objectives. Theoretical foundation. Related research began in 1968 when Ball and Brown published an empirical study of accounting earnings figures in the Journal of Accounting Research. Since then, related research has been carried out one after another. From a theoretical perspective, the research on the value relevance of accounting earnings is rooted in various securities pricing models. No matter which pricing model is used, it can eventually be transformed into a relationship model between accounting earnings and stock returns. Since then, the research on the value relevance of accounting earnings has basically been conducted on the basis of the general model, the securities pricing model. This study uses as a reference, replaces stock returns with Tobin's Q value, and further studies the value relevance of accounting information. Theoretical framework mainly introduces the variables involved in this study. Independent variables, return on assets, earnings per share, book value per share, control variables, firm size, firm growth, leverage ratio, cash flow ratio, firm age, dependent variable, firm value, Tobin-Gills value. This study proposed 5 hypotheses as follows. The first 3 hypotheses are for the first to 5th research questions and objectives mentioned above, and the last 2 hypotheses are for the 6th to 7th research questions and objectives. Data modeling. In order to study whether there is a significant relationship between accounting earnings, book value, return on assets, and firm value, the first model was established in order to study the relevance of accounting information value in independent industry and compare which independent variable has a more significant correlation with a dependent variable. Model 2, 3, and 4 were established. The main process of data cleaning is as follows. Firstly, importing data packages and datasets. Secondly, remove duplicates, empty columns, and error relevance columns. Thirdly, missing value processing. Finally, other layer processing. This is exploratory data analysis. The box plot can clearly show the central tendency, dispersion, symmetry, and the presence of other layers of each variable. This box plot shows the distribution of some financial indicators. For example, the meaning of leverage ratio is around 0, but there are some highly leveraged companies. The meaning of ROA is low, but there are some companies with excellent performance. Earnings per share and book value per share. The meaning is close to 1, but there are some extreme values. This is the probability density plot of the independent variables and the dependent variable. Through these diagrams, we can clearly see the distribution of the data. These variables do not conform to the normal distribution. Therefore, this study needs to use a statistical normal of non-normal data based on the research model. This study uses the fixed effect regression method. Here is a visualization of the processed data across the industry. The figure shows the correlation between the variables using the Pearson correlation coefficient to indicate the strength of the relationship. The analysis shows that the correlation coefficient between book value per share and Tobin's Q is 0.554. which is greater than 0 and is close to 1, which means that there is a significant relationship between the two. The correlation coefficient between return on assets and Tobin skew is 0.018, which is close to 0, indicating that the relationship between the two is not significant. Among the 5 control variables, the leverage ratio is more significant, with a correlation coefficient of 0.026. This study conducted a correlation analysis on the main variables of non-high-tech industries. The correlation coefficient between book value per share and Tobin skew value is 0.919, close to 1, indicating that there is a significant positive correlation between book value per share and Tobin skew value. In addition, from the perspective of the correlation between the independent variables, there is a strong positive correlation between earnings per share and book value per share with a correlation coefficient of 0.563. Next, this study conducted a correlation analysis on the main variables of the high-tech industries. It is obvious that the positive correlation between book value per share and Tobin skew value, the correlation coefficient between earnings per share and book value per share is still the largest at 0.611, indicating that there is a strong positive correlation between the two independent variables. Model 1 is to examine whether accounting earnings, book value, and return on assets are correlated with firm value based on this model, to examine which of the 3 accounting information indicators has the greatest reference significance when evaluating firm value, that is, which one has a more significant value relevance. The above fixed effect regression analysis results show that, whether in high-tech or non-high-tech industries, the regression coefficient and t-value of book value are the largest among accounting earnings, book value, and return on assets. Therefore, in the high-tech industries, the impact of book value on firm value is the most significant. That is, the value relevance between book value and firm value is more significant, while accounting earnings and return on assets have no significant relationship with firm value. The purpose of establishing Model 2, Model 3, and Model 4 is firstly to examine whether accounting earnings is more value relevant than book value for high-tech industries. Secondly, to examine whether book value is more value relevant than accounting earnings for non-high-tech industries. The left is the result of non-high-tech industries, and the right is the result of high-tech industries. A comparison of the two groups found that regardless of whether it is non-high-tech industries or high-tech industries, the final results show that the regression coefficient and t-value of book value are relatively large, indicating that for non-high-tech industries, book value is more value relevant than accounting earnings. For high-tech industries, book value is also more value relevant. Model hypothesis test results. The second hypothesis, there is a significant relationship between book value and firm value, which is supported. The fifth hypothesis, book value is more value relevant than accounting earnings for non-high-tech industries, which is supported. All other hypotheses are rejected, so it can be concluded that there is no significant relationship between accounting earnings and firm value, and the same is true for return on assets. Whether in the high-tech industries or the non-high-tech industries, the value relevance between book value and firm value is more significant. This study still has many limitations. For example, the research sample range only selected listed companies in Shanghai and Shenzhen. Future research can expand the scope of sample data. In addition, the selection of independent variables can consider many factors, because the value of a company is affecting many factors. Finally, regarding the division of industries, this study also has many inaccuracies in the division of industries, which deserves further exploration. That's all. Thanks for your listening.